We the real,
Yes, sir.
okay. We the real Hebrew Israelites coming day in and day out to prophesy the downfall of America, Babylon the Great. First off, we'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash.
double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone, teaching rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to those for elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, we're the brothers from GMS Chicago, coming right back at you. And hey, Esau ain't gonna be ruling in our kingdom. Hey, this kingdom, it's gonna be a righteous kingdom coming. A righteous kingdom coming. Well, only the Israelites gonna rule. Point blank, period.
I guess.
Read.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 6. I'm going to just start at 7.
They stole our first son.
Oh. Go ahead. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting discerner of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followed? It says, And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the hill of Esau, right? Going back to the account of Genesis, the 25th chapter, when Jacob and Esau were born.
And that's the part of our sermons. That's because these devils got to get taken down, and that's prophecy. It was proven that Yahweh Shema Shad spoke of these things from the beginning. You know, so everybody who's going to scoff about that, they out of their mind. This proving that who's ruling in this last kingdom is the Edomites. So Vocab Malone and all these other guys who try to say that they're not, that's a lie, because these scriptures tell you otherwise just off that.
And too, like I said, this is their kingdom, they ruling. Are you Israelites ruling with them in this kingdom? No. So they show us they'll not be ruling us in the kingdom. It's gonna be transition, man. All right. And then too, let's say, hey, you can learn from you read the account of Esther. What did Haman try to do because he was Satan's command, you know. He tried to look to overthrow the king of the Persian king. Yeah, the Persian king, man. So that's all that's gonna happen. He's gonna be trying to plot and look for a way to take you down and be the top dog.
Even though it's impossible.
Even though it's gonna be impossible because we don't have this power.
Yeah, hey, I got one back there to corrupt up. It's like Isaiah 26 and 10.
Spirit.
Yeah. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness, in the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. But even in the kingdom, even though it's impossible, Esau been trying to figure out how to start rebellions and shit, man. No, he got to get his judgment, his slaves, everything. He got to get burned off, man. Ain't no favor shown to the wicked, man. Even when you look up in the John Victoria Dictionary, it tells you Esau is the only neighbor that's not promised mercy. So Esau's going to get completely wasted away. Now the heathens after 8,000 years, they're going to get their land back. They're still going to be subject to us. Everybody will be in subjection to the Israelites forever, man. All right, and that's what's coming next, man. Right now, hey, we're watching this place be divided. I mean, times be divided, meaning we're at the end, which is Esau's kingdom going down, now it's going up.
Yeah, Esau gonna be last. Yeah, he's not gonna. Yeah, after he served his punishment, he took it out. He just canceled earth, man. And that reminds me of that scripture too. Sirach said, "Self not body." He's looked overthrown.
I got a quick one, then you go ahead. This Obadiah, verse 17. But
So you start 15.
This Obadiah, verse 15. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
The scripture tell you what nation, all the nations had their part in the taking us, having us in captivity. So they all, the Lord gonna make them all pay for putting their hands on apple of the Lord's eye, which is the Israelites.
Yep.
Yep. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall be returned upon thy own head.
So as you've done unto the Lord's chosen people, it's gonna be done unto you. You're gonna get double, as scripture.
That's right, man. Verse 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continuously. Yea, they shall drink and they shall swallow down.
So heathens gonna drink that cup. See, these dummies think just by ignoring us or persecuting the Lord's men, telling them these man. You think this thing is gonna go away? It's not.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, you gonna make it worse. That's how the king got to step in.
Exactly, man. Because you devils and you heathens have to pay, man. And what is that? Psalms the 83rd chapter. Y'all all consulted together with one consent, man, to come against us and to remove us from being a nation. So since you did that, now we just entered into these devils' judgments. So we have to get 1,000 years of that as well. You know, and you gotta pay. And they shall be as though they have not been.
I can understand why the Lord hates wickedness. I get it now.
Yeah.
You can't stand you fucking wicked ass demons out here.
Verse 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be a holiness.
Which that's Israel. That's what Zion is. Starting with the elect.
That's right. And the house of Jacob shall possess their possessors. But we gonna possess y'all. Y'all gotta get judgment, man, for what y'all did, right?
So like I said, we're gonna possess their possessions, man. We're gonna get their land.
Yep. We're gonna possess everything that y'all own because, well, like you just read, even what Elder Benji just read in that Isaiah, even in the land of uprightness, y'all will try to overthrow you. That will not happen because, hey, once y'all get possessed over, it's over with. Yahweh Shemel Shah is not going to uplift that hand off y'all ass, man.
Yeah. Satan not going to be with you no more because whether you want to believe it or not, Satan works for the Lord. So the Lord's going to bring your ass back low where you belong. You ain't going to have no power now.
God, verse 18. And the house of and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them, and devour them, and there shall not be any remainings of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh has spoken. You're going to get completely eradicated after your 1,000 years of slavery. So you're going to be stubble, man. You know, it's time to get, hey, after y'all done, we throwing y'all ass in the furnace to get rid of y'all ass, man.
I remember Apostle, he said, yeah, when we put so much hell, put so much hell on their ass, they going to be fighting to be the first ones to go in that fire.
Kind, man. Exactly, man. Y'all gonna be ready to die, man. Because, hey, man, all the hell that you put on us, still hell to this day, man. You know, that you putting on us, man. We can't even get a break in this damn kingdom, man. You got everything against us. Even our goddamn females against us, man. These bitches. You know, you gonna have to pay for all of that, man.
Yep.
We don't get no time of rest. We can't even kick back and chill sometimes because every time we look up, either we got to pay something bad for the home. It's always subject to fucking payment. Always something here, man. We can't just fucking relax, man.
Yeah, it's like it's a hamster in a wheel.
Yeah.
That's all this place is.
They call it the rat race.
Yeah,
They call it the fucking rat race.
Yeah, kind, man. So you gotta pay, man. Verse 19. And they of the south shall possess the land of Esau.
Right, which Judah going to possess your land, Esau.
Kind. And they of the plain shall the Philistines, and they shall possess the field of Ephraim, and the field of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead, and the captives of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zephyr, and the captives of Jerusalem, which is in Sarar, shall possess the city of the south.
Right, so our land is going to be enlarged.
Yep.
All right, it ain't going to be even. Ancient Israel was big. This is going to be even bigger, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And then, hey, how about you about to make a mighty deliverance and give us everything, man?
Yep.
Everything. Starting with Yahweh Shai to King David on down, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be a beautiful thing, you know? And then y'all ain't going to be a part of that.
Oh.
Not at all. Y'all do not. Y'all can't. First of all, man,
I shall grab your will too.
a rat. I just cut a rat, a female rat, on the comment board about something. And she was saying, oh, we all three, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. I So how can you be all three tribes? I'm like,
That bitch probably all three received so many rods.
I believe it. Look,
Right.
Edomite, man. And I cut her ass and she ran. She ran. And nothing she could say because when I hit her with the scripture, I said, look at our Lord. Look at this, what this scripture says. It was over with. So for you devils to even think y'all have a part of this, you gotta get damn mind.
The Lord gave you a kingdom. This is your fucking kingdom. Facts.
Exactly. Verse 21, and saviors should come and saviors should come up upon Mount Zion to judge the Mount of Esau, and the kingdom should be the Lord's, Yahweh, and that's what it's gonna be, man. So we go, and them saviors, and Yahweh, righteousness is gonna be us. We're gonna be right apart with Yahweh Shai, King David, you know, destroying you wicked motherfuckers and putting you into slavery in them chains, man. You know? And we looking forward to that, man. Because everything you done to us, man. Man, you can't even drive in peace, man. It's always something, man. He saw his own bullshit, man.
If I just get
You
the
know?
scripture back up. This is Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, and at the time that their calamity and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord thy power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. And hey, Esau has kept his foot on our neck since day one. He ain't let loose at all. Even when our time was over, he still kept. He even got worse, way worse. You know. Now he don't sit up here, and even though you still got these devil ass cops out here who still do their bullshit, now he fuck you over with the pen. You know. Every damn thing that this damn devil do is just totally against you, so-called black, Latinos, and Native Americans, just like the brother was going into. You know, but this damn devil got to pay, and he gonna pay badly.
Juice Man has some.
Yeah. He got
Sirach 10 and 8.
Can you hit 4?
Righteous dealings and injuries and riches got by deceit.
Start up. You want to start up?
Oh, can you just hit 4 too?
4:2.
Yeah, then.
Sirach 10 and 4.
Mhm.
This is the power of the earth is in the hand of Yahweh, and in due time he will set over it one that is proper. And it's clearly being seen and known that Esau Edom is not proper.
And none of you heathens were. Alright, that's why we watch the kingdoms translate from Babylon to Media Persia to Greece to Rome to Rome again. Hey, from Greece to Rome to wicked niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? Then back to Rome 2.0, which is what we at now.
Yep.
Alright? And the Lord, like, no, he got to come and reign, man. He got to come and do it. He got to set everything in order.
Can I precept you real quick? This Proverbs 16 and verse 12, it is an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by righteousness. You see, and all these past heathen rulers, they didn't rule in the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the Heavenly Father. You see, therefore their temporal, it's like their kingdom was temporal. You know.
And it's going down, man. Y'all watch your mouth shot, rightfully so. It's bringing y'all down, man. Like, man, hey, look, man, look, we about to rise up. You know, like it says in Daniel's, man. Matter of fact,
I got
I
a
got it
precept.
right here for you too.
This 2 Samuel 23 and 3. The God of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me, he that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of the Most High. That goes right there, Proverbs 16 that the brother Yedaya just read, man. All right, to be a proper ruler, and you got to rule with the fear of the Lord, man. And our Lord Yahweh Shai is going to come and do just that. Right? It says that we're waiting for the kingdom but in God of righteousness. And this kingdom will be a forever kingdom. And you know why? Because he's going to rule in the fear of the Lord.
Yep.
You know?
go ahead.
Jews have more.
Oh, you got
Yeah,
this.
go ahead, go ahead.
You idiots don't get that history repeats itself. It's the same old thing. Man. You want to rule and fear the Lord, boy, got to take you down. Man. This happened to pass wicked kings.
Yep.
Jump down to verse 8. Sirach 10 and 8. This is because of our righteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. The kingdom is translated for one people. So another.
You should, could you read a couple more verses up? Because you read at 4 and then you skipped down to 8, right?
Verse 5, it says, in the hand of Yahweh is the prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall be made honor. It says, bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing but at all by injurious practices.
The devil do that all the time, man. First of all, that number one thing they got is that goddamn pen. They be signing up all these wicked ass laws, man. That's their other power, man. They ain't had that goddamn pen, man. You know, Esau wouldn't be shit but just the sword. But that pen, they use all this fucking wickedness.
We say allow strength, be the law of justice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he thinks, man, that looks. Guess what? The Lord don't give a shit about that. That's not gonna save you, man, just because you signed something in pen. Make it a law.
Hey, you mind if I just give a quick moment?
All of them.
All right.
Verse 7, it says, pride is hateful before Yahweh and man, and by both the one commit iniquity.
Exactly, man. This is the most prideful man on the kingdom. So, hey, man, if the Lord hate that, man, even man itself hate pride, man. We don't like to even see a prideful nigga. It's okay, you know, you got your thing going on, but if we even see a J being extra proud of you, like, man, what the hell wrong with him, man? You know?
Prideful niggas don't like prideful niggas.
Yeah, man.
Right.
We've seen that shit with Trump. All of them are proud. Trump comes in, the proudest, and everybody's looking at him like, this is verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people. So nothing. Yeah, and even people that don't even, follow the Bible, they know they need a new ruler. They know that Esau Edom is he's full of iniquity. He's full of deceit.
Yeah, there's articles popping up about people that are tired of the American hegemony over the world, or controlling this, controlling everybody's tired of it. This man is an oppressive ass sword. That's why back in the 3rd chapter says the nations, the last verse, the nations are going to hear the bruit of thee, and they ain't going to pity you. And then so who have not thy evil gone over continually?
Yep.
All right. So there you go. Esau, you toast, man.
That Isaiah says, even the trees rejoice. Him who smote the people in wrath and ruled the nations with anger is persecuted, man.
Yeah.
That's how unprofitable Esau Edom is.
This is Isaiah chapter 14. I'll start at verse 5. I'll start at verse 4 actually.
Can you start at 3? Hit 3.
This is Isaiah 14:3.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage.
Starting at 1.
This verse 1. For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with.
So that's salvation. So there's the 9th chapter tells you about them that shall live to see the salvation in my land. Salvation is us escaping all the hell to come and getting our own land back. Go ahead.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
And that's talking about us. Obadiah tells you that we became strangers when we went into these other lands. So let you know that the Lord is going to not just gather Israel, He's going to gather all Israel, even the scattered Israelites, even the Israelites that look like other nations. He's going to gather us all back. All right? So there's 2 sets of strangers. And the proof of that is Exodus, the 12th chapter. It tells you the strangers cannot eat at the Passover. Then it tells you about another set of strangers, which are Israelite foreigners, that must eat at the Passover after they've been circumcised.
Yep.
After they come back into the covenant. Go ahead.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. This verse 2. And
Yeah, that's them taking hold of the scourge, and that's a Jew. And the rest of the Israelites.
That prove who that strangers are.
Yeah.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh, for servants and handmaids.
There's the second set of strangers. We're going to have servants and handmaids. These are the actual heathens. We're going to rule over all heathens. We started off talking about Esau, but the video was titled Heathens. All you heathens are going to be underneath the Israelites, man. Every last one of you. All right? Even after you serve your 1,000 years of hardcore bondage, you get your land back, you're going to give us our cut off top. You're going to come and say, let us go up to the house of the Lord. Are you going to, what did you say, they're going to bring in their trains?
Their gates should be open continually. Yep.
And you're going to rejoice. The other he's going to rejoice.
Oh, yeah.
The righteous are in power.
Oh, yeah. You'll be happy because they're going to pressure you to get your land back. You're going to get to enjoy the earth, unlike Esau's allowing you to do. All right? They're going to have to go through fat. Them motherfucking Africans over there got cows pissing on them and shit. No, you're going to actually get to enjoy the earth righteously, man. Get some water on you, get you some good meat. They like to hunt them motherfucking hyenas and shit. They track hyenas, stealing the food from hyenas and shit. Mugged up.
I know, yeah, man.
Right, you have to kiss a cow, manipulate the cow's butt to get the piss on
Oh,
this.
Just the
That's
guy
nasty.
would make it orange and yellow.
They sneeze the baby.
Yeah, but they died. I saw one, they was dying their head up. Like he was pissing on the head. This
Oh,
one.
yeah.
That shit was wicked.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
Mm-hmm.
They shall rule over their
that's
oppressors.
payback, man. That's, hey, what it says, righteous name of the Lord does
Recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
that trouble you. That's
Mhm.
righteous to the Lord.
Mhm.
Ain't no way in hell you getting away with what you've done and still doing.
Yep. That's true reparations to repair. You know,
Yeah.
make right again, to amend.
Yep.
Even the Lord's own son didn't get away with his wickedness, man. When he's Adam and Sodom. So what make you devils ain't getting away with nothing, man?
That's facts.
Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to
And we're gonna
serve.
be arrested. Everybody's gonna be arrested. This wicked oppressor, this damn devil, get put down by the Lord, man. All right. That's gonna be
See?
they are rejoicing, man. When this devil finally goes down, man. Go ahead.
Verse 3. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say,
I love telling your ass that, you damn devil. Go ahead.
how have the oppressor seized, the golden city ceased? The Lord Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
Because the king carries
A staff, a scepter.
scepter, man.
Mhm.
All right, so Lord finna gonna break you down, man. Boot you out the roof, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
That's all you devils have ever been doing, man. And still doing it as we speak. Go ahead.
He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth.
And so you're gonna get, it's gonna always gonna turn upon your own head, man. Oh, go ahead, bro.
In verse 7, the whole earth is at rest in its
So once
place.
you get taken down, the body, everything gonna be arrested. The animals gonna be arrested. The trees gonna be arrested, which the trees represent people too, man.
Uh-huh.
All right. Everything and everybody's gonna rejoice when the cancer of the earth is finally booted off the throne.
Mm-hmm. Quick precept. This Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 10, it says, when it goeth well with the righteous, the city rejoiceth, and when the wicked perish, there is shouting. You see, it's going to be a glorious day when Esau, even the self-proclaimed white man, the devil is taken out of power. And the rest of you heathens get put in chains, man. It's going to be a glorious day, and everything, all the creation is going to rejoice at the fall of the king of Babylon, which is E.
They bring forth into singing. And I was going to verse 21. And then it says, this is Isaiah chapter.
Okay, I'll keep reading that last verse. Then you jump down.
This verse 8. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellas come up against us.
Yeah, because all statute commandments gonna be upheld. You know, this fella is a tree cutter, man. That's what this devil. Ain't that what you always do? Cutting down. That's where you get your oxygen from.
Deforestation.
Yeah.
The whole term for it. They just gonna cut the shit down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That shit out of order, man. We can't even breathe fresh air because of these devils.
Then he sell it to you, canned oxygen. You know?
And
The
like,
devil.
like my dad said, like these southern, southwest suburbs and all that used to be forests. Now it's homes and shit. You know.
It was like a before and after picture when like these different buildings was established. You was seeing like forests, rivers, clean water, and now you see the after. You see like buildings and skyscrapers, smoke. You know,
Because he cut down a lot of goddamn trees, man.
I tried to appreciate it.
This is Numbers chapter 35 and verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land where ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein by the blood of him that shed it. Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit wherein I dwell, for I the Lord dwell among the children of Israel.
I got one behind you. Go ahead.
Hey, it says,
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into
And I shot
captivity.
grabbed you on my 30 left.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
That's
Here
correct.
is the patience and the faith of the
Yeah,
saints.
that's plain on to the point, man.
Straight to
Well, you can't get around that. I mean, all of a sudden now it's a deep parable now. All of a sudden you don't work in your fucking favor. No, it says what it says.
No, brother,
And
that's
all you
serious.
heathens, man. Because you never got paid. We gotta get that on deck too, man. The Daniel 7.
I got it right here.
Alright, we're gonna have to read through that. See, you heathens never got paid for what you done, man. The kingdoms only got taken over by other nations. You didn't even go through harsh judgment, really. That's why in the New Testament, in the gospel, how should I call it what? The town of the Gentiles.
Yep.
Esau was referred to as the head of the wicked man. All of you motherfuckers are in this thing together. All of y'all are going into captivity together. All of y'all be put in subjection to us. And none of you will have part in our lot of ruin, man.
Right.
Alright? There has to be a head, there has to be a tail. We've become the tail right now. That's part of the curse, Deuteronomy 28. Alright, it says all the heathen around about us should come up, get up above us. So that got to switch. Deuteronomy 30:7 says the curse got to come upon you. Well, that means all of you got to become the tail while we're the head, man.
Yep.
What was say, man? A false balance is an abomination of the Lord. Everybody can't be ruling together. Somebody gotta be ruled with. Somebody gotta be subjects.
Mhm.
Right. Go ahead.
Psalms 82:5. They know not, neither do they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of earth are out of course. So everything because of their leadership is out of course. Everything's oxygen, water, everything's damaged.
Go ahead, my shot. Hit that 30 like.
Con.
You got some part?
Yeah, I got Daniel 7 and 18. But the saints
Oh,
of the
yes,
Most
sir.
High shall take the kingdom and possess it forever and forever. You know, Daniel 7 to 18. You want to take on royalty rulership.
That's right. Go ahead, my shot.
This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 11. For I am with thee, said the Lord, to save thee. Though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee. But I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. For thus saith the Lord.
So it says all you heathens. Hey, jump to 16.
Verse 16.
It says it's going to make an utter end of all the heathens, not Israel, right? Go ahead.
Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
Right. Every last one of them. Slave. Slave.
Ain't no deep parable, no deep voice down, none of that. You know, you always. That's why you motherfuckers who don't know the scriptures need to just shut up.
Yeah. Some of them don't like. Now all of a sudden deep saying.
Yeah. It's the most deepest break. You know, even you tell these goddamn females, oh, that ain't. I don't think that's what that's talking about. Shut the fuck up. You ain't supposed to be talking about the scriptures anyway. Shut your mouth, bitch.
Yep. Hey, the Lord said in Malachi 3 and 6, I believe, I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, you sons of Jacob, not consumed. Yahweh Shai, the same today, the same yesterday. Hey, this day, the Lord still feels like this, man. As the brothers going into, it ain't no deep parable. It ain't this and that. No, the Lord, hey, as it said in that movie, The Mist, this is the God of the Israelites, not the rest of you nations.
I got a deep parable for you. Here you go. This Psalms 149 and 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their bed. That was the saints. Who's the saints? So-called Black Latinos, Native American, the Israelites. Beginning with the 144 right now. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints, praise ye the Lord. So hey, what is that talking about? That's a deep saying. No, it's gonna be your ass. You know? Here is how we were, you know, in the past, had them chains of feathers or irons on us. You was putting your foot in our ass, sitting up here hanging us from trees, cutting off our rods, throwing our babies in the water, you know, with alligators or whatever the hell you was doing, making leather wallets and purses with us. All that bullshit you did in wickedness. Yeah, all sorts of bullshit. Now you're gonna end up paying. And the other nations that was with you, that followed along with you, with your sister, they're gonna get their ass whooped too. But you gonna really catch it. You know?
Oh, yeah, all these, and Crop quoted earlier, who hasn't took part in overthrowing, man. All you heathens, hey look, Esau gave you incentive to get y'all loans to come and only build in our neighborhoods. He don't allow you to build in his neighborhood. All right, but you come and tax the fuck out of us.
Yep.
He give you food stamps. You go straight to Sam's Club, buy
Yep.
the shit, and come straight to the hood.
Yep.
And tax the fuck out of us.
Mhm.
He didn't let you do that shit in his neighborhoods. Y'all just now finally getting Chinese restaurants out there and shit, man.
Mhm.
Esau don't even like spice. They think black pepper is spicy, nigga. Literally, like this ain't even no joke. That's just crazy. All right? Like Esau didn't even want y'all in that shit, man.
Yeah, but that's the spirit, you know. Even when you just get a little hotel room, they overpricing it, overcharging like a motherfucker. Like I'm like, and I cut the East Indian dude. I said, man, y'all overcharging because we the Israelites, but you got these niggas just think they niggas. So they y'all overpricing and charging these niggas out here because they just go for it. And I'm like, I ain't the one. I ain't gonna go for that shit, man. Y'all ain't overcharging and doing all that shit. He couldn't say no. He was cut. They fucking
lower the price for you?
He said, yeah, I'll lower the price for you later. Just come back later because there ain't no room right now. So he like, yeah. So he was gonna basically do it for me because he knew who the fuck I was, man, and he know that I know who I am, man.
Yep.
But then to show you how these fucking heathens operate on these niggas, man. They don't give a fuck about you. Overcharging you, man.
Yeah.
Who
I got the loop. I got the parable.
Go ahead, Juice.
I love that.
This is Jeremiah 15:5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who will bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest?
Yeah, so you look at chunk your waist, you love somebody, no matter what, don't give a shit about your ass.
Yeah, and the truth is, none of these heathens, even to this day, they haven't came up and tried to save us from the predicament that we're in.
Right.
You know, they benefit from it.
Right,
They-
right.
They want us to stay there.
That's it, because ultimately, they can stay in power as long as you have to file on off against your power. And guess what? They're never gonna do anything for you, man. The Lord gotta come back and do it with us.
I got something just real quick. This was the first Maccabees 2:10. It says, "What nation hath not had a part in her kingdom and got up for spoil?" Perfect. Right. You got it, bro.
Oh, break it.
Yeah, because all these other nations, basically what? Robbed and abused us, took all our riches, used it for themselves. Basically, in these different neighborhoods that Jakes are in, you see what? A Moabite spot, you see an Ishmaelite spot, basically taking advantage of Jake.
Elamites, they don't need them Elamites out.
Yep,
The motherfucking Elamites gotta pay, man.
Yeah, I got this, Revelation 18:3.
He had a little bit more.
This is Lamentations
Ooh.
1:21. This is, they have heard that I sigh, there is none to comfort me. This is, all my enemies have heard of my trouble.
That's
They are-
all you heathens. Every last one of you, man.
It says, they are glad that thou hast done it.
Yep.
They're happy with it, man. They
Mhm.
have no problem.
Said that's the day we look for.
This is, thou will.
They love the fact that you suffer.
It says, they are glad that thou hast done it, that will bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. Let all their wickedness.
Drain places.
Mhm.
Drain places come, man. You've seen that movie with Eddie Murphy and Arkroyd.
And
That's really gonna come happen, man.
Yeah. This is the faith and the patience of the saints. What we looking forward to.
Which,
It says, let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me. For all my transgressions, for my sides are many, and my heart is faint. So if the Lord chastises those that he loves, how much more the heathen man? It's in the scripture, what does it say? I think it's in Nahum, the first chapter, where it says that he will not
Not at all quit the wicked. Yep.
I got a quick one.
There's a lot going on. Go ahead, shit.
It's
Read.
Revelation 18:13. Just like back on what the elders was talking about. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of the fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the mercy of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. So like the elders was talking about, all nations have waxed rich through the persecution of Israel. Bottom line. You know what I mean? They joined heirs with Esau, he was self-proclaimed white man here, but the Lord has other, agenda for him. And I heard other voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues. And coming out of philosophy, the mindset. The Lord is about to punish this place tremendously So he's telling the elect of Israel, you know what I mean, to move, you get out of that philosophy. You know what I mean? Because these nations and the heathens are going to pay like the elders was going into. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she has filled to her double. So like the elders was going into, you heathens and Esau, y'all gonna pay double for all the punishment, pain, and the that y'all done to the elect of Israel.
Yeah.
Everybody's got rich off our neighborhoods through their policy and craft.
And more specifically, Esau, you got double trouble there. You know, 'cause you're gonna be the only one wiped out. All the nations will get their land back. And hit that loop real quick, guys.
Con.
Hey, I want to grab Psalm 73. This is the rich prosper in the world. The wicked prosper in the world.
This Luke chapter 16 and verse 19, it says, there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores, and desiring to be...
So here Isaiah, the first chapter. Putrefying sores. Let's break it down.
If I could say, the name Lazarus is whom God helped of the Most High.
That's what Isaiah 1.
Isaiah chapter 1. You want me to start at 1? Fine. 5.
4.
Con.
I mean, yeah, you can start it.
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 4. Sinful nation, people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. Why should ye be stricken any more? Ye revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint. From the sole of the foot even unto the head there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores.
Right, so Lazarus represents the nation of Israel as a whole. All right, as a whole, we're utterly destroyed. All right, our people, what's it saying, Jeremiah 50, they went from mountain to hill. They have no rest. They've forgotten their resting place. They don't know who they are. They don't know who to serve. They're just at the bottom completely. All right, but through the Spirit of the Lord, He's waking up His elect. We're being helped. All right, we're being helped.
I believe it said all that found them devoured them. Roughly paraphrasing, you know.
Yeah, Jeremiah do say that. As a spirit, that's when, get that on deck. Get the Jeremiah 50, hold that. It's gonna go right with the dogs licking us, man. Oh, it's that clothing scarlet. What is that?
Jeremiah 17. I mean, Revelation 17. I got you. This Jeremiah 51.
No, hold the Jeremiah.
Con, you want the Revelation?
Get the Luke with the Revelation.
The Luke. Con. This back in that Luke 16. It says, there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day. This Revelation 17 and verse 1. Let me see. Yeah, this Revelation 1 and verse 17 and 1. It says, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of the names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of the abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
Right, because America, what is Babylon the Great, which that's what that woman is, whore of Babylon. And what is it referred to in Ezekiel, I believe, the 28th chapter? It tells you, it tells you that it's referred to as great trafficking city. It says, through thy wisdom, the wise and Daniel, It says, through thy wisdom, thou increased thy traffic, research and point.
That's like wisdom. And this is Ezekiel 28 and 4. No, this is Ezekiel 28 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There's no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten these riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasure.
That's that rich man.
Right. by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic, thou hast increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
That's right. The mother of harlots. That's Mystery Babylon. It also says that in back in the 3rd chapter, how they sell it nations. You got control of the whole world, man. You are that rich man. All right. If you rule, whoever rules the money is the richest man. Plain and simple. Earth is given to the hands of the wicked.
Oh.
You know?
This Revelation 17:5, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
That's right. So that rich man, hey, hit that Psalm 73. This represents evil.
This is what Psalm 73:12. It says, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Verily.
Who's the wicked? Malachi 1 and 4. We saw Edom is that wicked. He is the rich man in this scripture. James the 5th chapter goes into a how do you rich man, and it tells you what they reaped your fields, man. Yeah, they reaped your fields. Yeah. Who does everybody in the damn planet work for? Even outsourcing, everybody's working for you.
I got a quick one. This is the book of Job 20 and 15. It says, he hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again, and how shall cast them out of his belly. Right? Esau even, took a lot of things from our people. He took our heritage, he took the name of our Lord, he gave us JC, these different religions, these different ideologies.
Yeah, Micah the 2nd chapter, 1 and 2. He the one that took over the whole damn planet. You got it back in that Luke.
This Luke 17 and verse 20.
16.
It's like 16 and verse 20. The water. It says, and there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores.
Right, and those dogs go to the rest of these heathens, man. All right, hey, it's in Psalms. The
dogs can pass me about.
And that's the, who was around Yahushua when he got crucified? Because that's what that's going into. It was heathens. So the dogs represent heathens. Now, fast forward, scripture manifold. That's talking about the heathens further oppressing us.
That's Psalms 22.
You got it.
This book of Psalms 22:16. It says, for dogs has compassed me, the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet.
Yeah, and I believe it is in Baruch the 4th chapter refers to the nation of Babylon even as the wicked. The original Babylon, because the heathens are all counted as wicked. Esau was the head of the wicked. He's the chiefest one. That's why Habakkuk 3rd chapter says he bruised the head of the wicked. Selah. That's the heathens, fucking us over. You got a point, brother?
I was reading Ezra yesterday. Ezra, he called all the nations the wicked. They are the ungodly.
Hey, look, and the rest of Esther said it's only 2 lots. It's only 2 lots. It's the Israelites and the rest of the nations.
Exactly.
Man. You got it as Jeremiah. You got Jeremiah? Or you got it? Well, you got it first. Jake ain't got it. Go ahead, you got it.
Jeremiah 56.
Oh, yeah.
That's Jeremiah 56. So my people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. All that found them have devoured them. And their adversaries say, we offend not, because they have sinned against Yahweh.
Right, that's all the heathens, man. They lick the wounds. They help oppress us, man. So it wasn't just Esau. All you heathens help fuck us up, man.
In Revelation, it said they didn't suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. Hey, these heathens know who we were. I remember it was like 3 years back. I was at work, and it was like a tall Ishmaelite doctor. He walked up to me and he was like, yeah, he's like my brother. He was like, yeah, son of Ham. And I'm like, I ain't no Hamite. I said like I'm not a Ham, and they fucked him up. He what? I'm like, I must have told him like I'm a son of Jacob or something. He was like, what? How do you know that? And then he got my number. He was trying to break bread with me. Well, he was trying to see what I knew. But these heathens know who we are.
They be knowing. They had plenty of conversations with these heathens at the gas stations. One of the most epic ones was me, Murph. And I think it was Captain Lee, but I know it's me and Murph. It was the 3rd brother there. The dude came from behind the counter. He keep talking to us, man. Like, no, this son's Isaac. Like fuck Ishmael. They deal with it.
We was at the liquor, I think we was at the liquor store when it happened. And then that Ishmaelite was
Happens like I went to the I don't remember that one.
yeah, he was talking to us and saying, yeah, y'all right, but he was like, but we a part of Abraham too because and then he was like,
I'm not seed as of many.
All right, even if you do that, even if you felt like okay, you part of Abraham, and you know who he was, well, why wouldn't he tell us?
Yeah.
Right.
That's because it's bullshit. You a fucking heathen that's licking the wounds, man.
Yep.
And you ain't there to see the Abraham,
You're
man.
not the chosen seed, and then too, not only do they know, but you know they set up Jake to go off. They know the law, statute, commandments. Jake supposed to be following, but they set a trap for you to go off. Then they go to the Lord and accuse you.
Yeah, they know. They'll tell you that shit haram. All the little shit, the swishes, all that shit. To them, it's haram. The fucking liquor. All right, well, nothing wrong with drinking, but for them, it's haram. But they'll still go ahead and push it right to your ass, man.
Yeah, they get then you got Jake that be well it's like you got Ishmael that be all up in Jake neighborhood selling them shrimp. They frying the chicken all type of defiled type of stuff. But they getting rich off that. Meanwhile, Jake sinning, and more iniquity, man. That's them licking our swords. You got the damn Moabites and Ammonites selling Jake women weave, doing their nails, man. Completely kicking us while we down,
MSG. Moab helped push that shit on niggas, man.
Yep.
You had something, my son?
James 2:19.
Read it.
This is James chapter 2 and verse 19.
You got it. Oh, it's like I got you. Go ahead. Read.
James chapter 2 and verse 19. Thou believest that there is one power, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. So comment, these heathens, they working with Esau to tear us down, man. They know that we either chosen people as well.
If I can read this definition real quick, this is a definition of kick one when one is down. It says to criticize, exploit, insult, or otherwise treat badly one who has already suffered a setback or is in a vulnerable position. And that's what all these nations do to us, man. It's a spirit even going into this. I had in my notes, you had this Elamite, he was a Jake, but he was talking about how the music industry, it don't push nothing but negative music out, right? And then he was talking about, but you guys, you still profit off of it, right? You had this guy named Leo Colin. He's a small hat. He went on a Breakfast Club, and he flat out told you, like, look, I gotta feed my family. Therefore, I pay these rappers to push this filth, this debauchery in their music upon their people. Meanwhile, he's putting that bottle to his neighbor. He's allowing Jake to go off and profiting from it, man. You see?
This is Luke 21:24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So what we said was kept to all nations. All right, all the Gentiles has been on our ass, man. I already said they send gifts back and forth one to another in that Revelation 11. Hey, Shakal read we affectionately call them Jews, but the brother name is Shakal. And he read the Lamentations, the first chapter, man. All right, they said that all the heathens, our enemies, our lovers, rejoiced at the fall that we had, man. All right, that's them licking the wounds. They put extra hair on us, man. Right with Esau.
They said it's the day that we look for. We have devoured her. We have seen it.
Like, we're going to rejoice right back. The Lord allows us to get vengeance.
That's right.
Yup.
I got a quote on this. Is Exodus 21:16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in their hand, he should surely be put to death. And that goes for all of y'all, because not only that Esau didn't really did help. Y'all had nations that helped grab us. He wasn't grabbing us, he was shooting them like. And then you Ishmaelites. Y'all was building a slave ship. So all of y'all had some part of this, man. See, y'all think we didn't know that, man. That y'all was help funding and stuff with these devils, man. He didn't do this on his own. He ain't just he wasn't just a great mastermind that I did this all by myself. No, he had you nations help, man. If it wasn't for you damn nation, Esau wouldn't be shit. To be honest, you know, y'all the one who made him these shit.
The angel had to help this damn devil take us down.
Yeah, that's prophecy.
Yeah.
Right, that's right. It's more than Luke.
Kind.
You
This
got something else?
nah. This Luke 16 and verse 21 again. It says, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table, moreover the dogs came and licked his sores. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried into the angel, and carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried, and in hell he lifted up his, it says, and in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeing Abraham afar off and Lazarus in his bosom. It says, and he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me.
I'm trying. Before you keep going, let me find this.
Unknown caller.
Hold on.
That's a quick side note, proving to you that that hell isn't like a place where you burn. Hey, this is a parable. You know, the Lord said He lifted up His eyes, and that torment, that flame, is when Esau get put in slavery. You know,
It's a condition plain order.
And I know how Shai went to the bottomless pit in the
He
fire
was-
hell.
Isaiah 63 and verse I'm gonna start at 15. Look down from heaven and behold, from the habitation of thy holiness and of thy glory, where is thy zeal and thy strength? The sounding of thy bowels and of thy mercies toward me, are they restrained? Which us going through hell is praying to the Lord to look out for us, man. Doubtless thou art our father, though Abraham be ignorant of us, and Israel acknowledge us not, so we lost our heritage. Again, going back to the wounds that we had. Alright, but then it's now we're waking up. What's going to happen? We're going to be welcomed back into the arms of Abraham, meaning we're getting our heritage back, and ultimately we're going to get the promise. Thou, O Yahweh, art our Father, our Redeemer, thy name is from everlasting. O Yahweh, why hast thou made us to err from thy ways and harden our heart from thy fear? Return for thy servant's sake the tribes of thine inheritance. The people of thy holiness have possessed it but a little while. Our adversaries have trodden down thy sanctuary. We are thine, thou never bearest rule over them. They were not called by thy name. So when it's time to get our inheritance back, to be welcomed back into the promise that was given to Abraham, down to Isaac, down to Jacob, these heathens ain't going to get that. All right, like you just said, the Lord never bear rule over them. He's our power. All right, this promise is for us. This promise to Abraham went to his seed to Isaac, his seed to Jacob, his seed, which is the 12 tribes. So that's what us getting back into the bosom of Abraham, man. Getting our heritage back, man. Getting our inheritance. The heathens ain't gonna have no part in it. Can you read that the last two verses over?
Kind this
You
verse.
see one out? My shot up, I knew it got hot in this bitch. Go around there, man. What times of work do we came in here, man? Shit.
Speed.
Speed. Go ahead.
This Luke 16 and verse 22, it says, and it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels.
Switch on the outlet. Switch.
Is it connected to the breaker thing? No.
Oh, you unplug it?
Nah.
You plug the charger up?
Nah, I ain't plugged that.
No, just open it though. Fuck it. It's all good, my shot. We back this lesson. We can talk about that shit. Yeah, shit. Swim it.
This Isaiah, it's like it. Luke 16 and 22. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried.
That's the death part. Let's just talk about heaven and hell. Get 1 Corinthians 15. This is us getting our bodies, man. Because a plant don't grow until the seed dies. Which don't mean that the plant died. No, it just changed bodies. 1 Corinthians 15. No, a little further down.
1 Corinthians 15.
Let's see. 1 second, brothers.
45,
Yeah, start at
44.
34.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians 15 and 34. It says, awake to righteousness and sin not, for some have not the knowledge of Yahweh. I speak this to your shame. But some men will say, how are the dead raised up? And with what body do they come? Thou fool, that which thou sowest is not quickened, except it die.
Right, if you plant a corn kernel, the stalk of corn don't grow unless the actual kernel itself dies. It transforms to a whole plant. Go ahead.
Verse 37, it says, in that
It breaks its shell.
it says, in
Just
that,
like with a woman. You impregnate a woman, all right? That egg that she's in, you know, you have afterbirth. The placenta and everything else comes out behind it, man. You don't stay an egg, you transform into a whole human. And you come out with all the extra shit that was there, man. That shit is no longer, yeah, you know.
it says, verse 37, it says, in that which thou sowest, thou sowest not that body that shall be, but bear grain. It may chance of wheat or of some other grain. But Yahweh giveth it a body as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds.
Now that was really the point of it. You know, a seed don't become a seed don't become the plant unless that seed is, you know, shed to transform. You bust out of it, basically. So when that death is going into the old body being put down to get the new one. Not you dying and going to hell and heaven and saying this, or he's in hell, he looked up and saw him. No, it's not what it's talking about. Revelation 21, it tells you the kingdom of heaven, the Most High is going to dwell with men. It tells you that the elect is going to rule over the nations. So how does heaven and hell fit within his narrative, what the scriptures actually say? Hey, Yahushua told the disciple, the kingdom of heaven is within you.
But then it also says, some shall wake up in everlasting righteousness, some shall wake up in everlasting shame and sin. How that's going to happen in the kingdom of heaven if it's a place called hell?
Yeah. I mean, a good example of the egg is the chicken, because they have an outside egg. It's the same thing inside of a human as on the outside. It's the seed is sown in there. They put the egg out. Eventually, that shell breaks. The seed turns the whole human, and the whole chicken, and it becomes an actual thing. It don't stay where it started out. It's gonna stay a sperm in a shell. Same thing with seeds. Yeah, you can watch. You get a watermelon seed. You put the water, put a paper towel over it. You watch it sprout. You watch the at first shell die off, and then you plant it, and then it becomes a whole watermelon plant. And you continue reading that 1 Corinthians 15, it goes to us putting in corruption, the new bodies. Then we should all be changed.
Hey, this is just to back up the brothers are talking about hell. This is Revelations 20 and 14. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And the point I'm making right here is just plain and simple. How can you cast death and hell into a lake of fire if hell already a lake of fire? You know? Point blank period. Sometimes motherfuckers just gotta read, man. You can't cast fire into fire. It makes no sense.
I thought hell was the lake of fire.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna cast death and hell into the lake of fire. And that's the second death. Come on, people.
And I'm definitely oversimplified, you know, the fertilization of an egg and a human, but the same thing essentially. Turns to it's a whole process, embryo, all this other shit, but it becomes something different.
This Luke 16 and verse 23, and it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus.
Right, and the torments, you know, they say that's the hell part. Well, no, man, it is hell. That's the condition you're going through. But the brother read the Psalm 149, actually like in Revelation 2:27. So you're going to be in the furnace of affliction, like we was in the furnace of affliction. Deuteronomy 37 is going to come into play. You're going to go through the curse like we had to go through the curses.
Hey, is the Lord brought us down to the lowest hell?
Yeah, the deepest hell. Yeah.
Exactly. You nation. That's what you going into, man. Hey, the Lamentation said, "Do as unto them as was done unto us."
Yeah.
Hey, we in our hell right now. We in our lowest state. So, hey, same thing you nation's gonna be
When you
in.
read through that scripture, brother, quoting Deuteronomy, it's essentially the curses, and it ends with the eternal destruction has to come. it really breaks it down what the lowest hell is. And that's what he was about to go through. The lowest hell, he's about to go through affliction. You know? And it's going to end with you being set on fire, Esau, because you're going to actually be completely through.
Scripture says, you know, the first shall be last and the last shall be first.
That's right. That's perfect. That's exactly what's happening with. Make sure you get that on deck, because that's what the response is going to be in that loop.
I got that
We're gonna
right.
put- This is the definition of hell, and I want to get this one part right here. This is the definition of hell. It says, used to a state or place of great suffering and unbearable experience. So my thing is, man, when you're going through hell, you're going through great suffering and unbearable experience. You know, when people sit up here and talk about hell as being a lake of fire and all this other stuff, and just like it said in Revelations 20, you know, you can't cast death and hell into a lake of fire. Hey, when people out here, if you think about it, a baby that's born, she born quadriplegic, can't walk, can't talk. That baby is going through hell. So now all of a sudden she gonna die and go to another hell? You know, come on, people. There you go. You got it.
Oh, come. Just the book of Revelation 2:27. And it reads, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father.
Right, so he is going to be ruled over vigorously, man. Hey, that's in the law. It says we is our inheritance too. That's another thing. Ain't no way you're going to be partaking in our kingdom and rule in our kingdom and having this any type of place in our kingdom outside of being in subjection. Right? Because it says you are our inheritance and our children's inheritance. All right? It said we can rule over you with rigor. It said we can't do that with our brothers, but with you we can. So that's that, man. You're going into slavery, man. And when you get your own land back, you're going to basically going to be paying for your freedom. You're going to make sure we get our cut off top. You know, bringing that great train, man.
I had a quick one. This Daniel 2:44. In the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. The next kingdom to come is the kingdom of Israel, man, the kingdom of Yahushua. And his government is going to rule in the earth. A Revelation, I believe, is 5 and 10. It says we're going to rule as kings and priests on the earth. And we're going to be the kings. Who's going to be the subjects? You other nations.
You still got that Joel, my shot?
Two.
Go to the third chapter, Joel 3:17.
Scroll. Draw.
Joel chapter 3 and verse 17. So shall ye know that I am the Lord, your power dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass to her anymore.
Right, so he is going to have a position in our kingdom. It says no stranger shall pass into thee. It shall not be left to other people. All right? You got to rule over the rod. That's part. Hey, Yahushua got that inheritance in Psalm 2nd chapter, man. Which is already written in the law.
Hey, he said in Matthew 8, not one jot nor tittle shall pass from the law till all be fulfilled. And the prophecies, we're going to rule over the nations, man. You see?
Right. See, heaven and earth may pass, but this won't pass, so this is going to happen. And all of it be fulfilled, man. You got to be under us forever, so it's always going to stand, man.
Just gotta get him away from that.
And it's going at Luke 2. Go ahead.
This is Psalms 2 and 8. It said, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. So this is plain. You know what I mean? These heathen are going to be our possession. You know what I mean? We're going to rule over them. There's nothing they can do about it.
It's not on it. It's not on it.
Oh,
it's a lot. Yeah.
Go ahead with that Luke.
This Luke 16 and verse 23, it says, and in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and sent Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame.
Right.
But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things.
Pretty much Esau trying to get mercy, man. Shown to get mercy, man.
That's right.
It says, but Abraham said, son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise,
Look at that prosper in the earth.
yep, and likewise Lazarus evil things, but now he is comforted and thou art tormented.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to get no comfort, man. You didn't give us no comfort. Right? It says, upon the ancient thou has barely heavily laid the yoke.
Mm-hmm.
So Elder Crown quoted to James, man. You shall receive no mercy. That show no mercy, man.
Mm-hmm. Verse 26, and beside all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed, so that they which would pass from thence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that will come from thence.
After Sirach, should not be frustrated.
Oh yeah, hope of the godly. Can I see real quick? Mm-hmm.
Ezekiel 34 and 16, it says, Ezekiel 34, 16. Ezekiel 34 and 16. It says, I will seek that which was lost and bring again that which was driven away. And that's talking about the Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
We once lost and driven away. Now the Lord bring back the elect.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it says, and I will bind up that which was broken,
Mm-hmm.
and strengthen that which was sick. We all was sick at one point in time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing who we were, man.
Yep.
You know, being of this world, following the wicked ways of this world, following multitudes do evil, man. So it says, but I will destroy the fat and the strong, and I will bring them with judgment. Who's the fat and strong? Esau, Edom, man. So he said he's going to destroy and bring down the fat and strong and feed them with judgment. They're going to pay for their wickedness.
Mm-hmm.
It's still doing. Right? Go ahead, brother.
This Sirach 16 and 13, the sinner shall not escape with his spoils, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated. Hey, Esau Edom, he ain't gonna get off the leash. He ain't just gonna destroy the Lord's people, destroy the earth, heap up into him all these riches and just get off scot-free. No. It says the hope of the godly shall not be frustrated, meaning made to no avail. What the Lord promised to his chosen is gonna take place. You nations are going into slavery, and the Lord's people is gonna be exalted.
Hey, matter of fact, they that all things he imagined do unto the Lord people is going to return upon his own head. It's going to be done to him. You're trying to exterminate the Lord people. Guess what? That's going to happen to you after you get a foot sideways up your ass.
I got a precept. This is Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
Yep. It's in Isaiah, the Lord have said, and who shall disannul? You see? Hey, the Lord already gave you the breakdown. We read in Isaiah 14:1. The Lord will yet choose Israel, roughly paraphrasing, will yet choose Jacob and set Israel in his own land. He's going to show mercy to his people. And along with that mercy and that salvation and that blessing is putting you heathens in chains, man, and avenging us, man.
Damn. That bring a whole new layer to the Job 14:5. I'm sorry, that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. That great gulf, whatever his lot is his lot, he can't change it. It's that simple, man. He can't cross it. Damn.
I already tried, man. Even the things that you are doing, the Lord's allowing you to do it for prophecy's sake, man. Not doing nothing against the truth before.
Yeah. Hey, Ben, if I can add on to that great goal fix, it said they can't come over to us and we couldn't come over to them. Hey, Esau Edom is ruling the earth right now, and the Israelites are in the worst state possible. The Rothschilds ain't come and give us $1 trillion, man. They ain't give us a piece of their blessing. So why in the hell would we allow them to rule with us?
Right, they ain't give us no mercy. They ain't dipped their finger to give us no cold water. Right. We're in the furnace of affliction right now. Man. Hey, in fact, it said the Lord was a little displeased. They have forward the affliction.
Yep.
Y'all went extra hard on us, man.
Yeah, now he want to You don't understand the meaning of that script. Now you gonna come this bring the judgment. You gonna come to that script. love your neighbor and all that shit, man. When the hell you ain't never shown no love to no goddamn body, man.
Mm-hmm. That what?
Is this still going
Yeah. Hey, yeah, you got it. You got it.
I know you said you wanted to hit on this earlier. I mean, but this is Daniel chapter 7. Do you want me to start reading chapter 7? This is Daniel chapter 7 and verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. And that Son of Man is Yahweh Shai. And he was given dominion over everything, all things. And hey, it's going to be an everlasting kingdom, and all these nations are about to pay dearly for all the shit they've done.
Yeah. That Luke 1 says he shall save his people from the hand of those that hated them. You know, roughly paraphrasing. So when the Lord comes back to collect his jewels, he gonna save the people that's been destroying them, ruling over with vigor. Hell no, man.
And it says all people, nations, and languages. So all you different nations, all y'all about to sit up here and get y'all ass whooped, man.
Japhet too.
All y'all, the Elamites, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Ishmaelites, the Elamites, you Edomites, you Amalekites, Tyr, ass put what all you motherfuckers about to pay.
All the ites that ain't Israel.
Yeah, all the ites there is. You got to get an Ike Turner.
Preach.
I got some real quick. This is the book of Matthew 19 and 30. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Like rules first in this society right now. You got Esau even, being these other nations. And we're at the bottom of the totem pole. Jake barely getting back, if that. So it says what? And the last shall be first. Going back to what I read in that second Ezra 6th chapter. For Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that folly.
Sure. Another trading place of scripture. That's what's gonna happen.
Another trading.
Yes, I got one. It's Isaiah 33 and 1. Woe to thee that spoils and that was not spoiled, and dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, then shall deal treacherously with thee. So all these heathens and Esau and them, you're not going to get away with nothing. Bottom line is you still dealing treacherously and wickedly with us. Over here, we're still in captivity. You're going to pay for all of that. It's a must. You have to. You have to suffer hardcore bondage. You have to go enslaved.
Yeah.
You have to be brutalized. You have to feel the fury of Yahweh Shai's indignation upon you because you have touched the apple of his eye and you've gotten away with it thinking it was sweet. And now you're talking about, no, I don't want that. You're going to have to drink that same cup that we drink.
The beautiful thing is, the Lord don't give a fuck what you want. This is what's going to happen. It's written in the scriptures, man. It's prophecy, man. That let's say, he that led in captivity shall be put in captivity.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen, man.
And that's balanced too. The Heavenly Father be unjust if these other nations was not to go into captivity for what's been done upon us, man. Daniel 9 says, none under heaven have been done upon Jerusalem, man. They
ain't believing their head that they got a way out and stuff, man. You just deceive. Deceive our ears, man.
Trick bag.
Elder Malcolm made a point on the comment board. He said, Yahweh says he's going to destroy those who destroy the earth. Is it not Esau's rulership and pseudo-science that destroy the earth? But how can they have salvation? That's just facts. That's that. Facts.
I got something real quick.
Facts.
Lamentations 4:21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that goeth in the land of fools. The cup also shall pass from thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. What is that cup? That cup of slavery? That cup of captivity?
Curses.
Curses. Going back to Deuteronomy chapter 30 and 7. The curses coming upon thy enemies. And it says, verse 22, it says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion, you Israelites. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
This is the last time after this captivity, we're never going to be in captivity again. This is the last time, man. your iniquity is accomplished, your daughter of Zion, and you will no more carry through captivity. You had guys talking about a while ago, they're gonna put us back in slavery. That's a bunch of
Correct.
BS. That's
Cap.
BS, man.
Saying the flesh should not rise a second time.
That's it.
It's over with.
Yeah, and then too, the Lord's gonna write the laws, statute, commandments in this, man. So we keeping everything perfectly. Ain't no reason for the Lord to bring us back down and make us serve punishment.
Hey, get Isaiah 14. You still got it? Get that. This right on time.
Read.
14 and 21. And prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their
Start
fathers.
up. Go up 3 verses.
This is Isaiah 14 and verse 18. All the kings of the nations, even
Go
all
up one more.
It's verse 17 that made the world as a wilderness.
One more.
Yeah, verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
Now we started earlier up top, verse 1, actually, shit. And it tells you this proverb is against the king of Babylon. So when you get down to verse 12, now Lucifer's still talking about the rulers of Babylon, Mr. Babylon, which is Edom. All right, and right here it's telling you the same thing. Art thou not the man? All right, the same man that's mentioned up top that put the whole world in subjection. The trees is going to be happy that you're gone. It's the same man, the man in the 2 Thessalonians 2nd chapter, the son of perdition.
Yep.
Which is Edom, the wicked. Go ahead.
Verse 17. They made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities
That
thereof.
goes right to what Elder Malcolm has said. He that destroyed the earth, man. Who's done this? All right, what else in history has there been plastic islands in the ocean?
Yeah.
All right, that your fucking water you drink and shower in is polluted with all types of chemicals
Forever chemicals.
Bro.
Yeah.
And forever chemicals. Fuck the cancer. That's trash, right? It's still death. Fuck the cancer. Forever chemicals do something much worse. All right, there's a lot of penile shrinkage because of these forever chemicals, man. The research is crazy talking about it. It lowers testosterone. All right, it increases not just estrogen. There's 2 types of estrogen. It increases the bad kind. All right, this shit is just fucked up, and forever chemicals in everything you use.
Exactly.
You get certain, because I mentioned this a few weeks back. I was talking with the lady at the health food store. You know, I frequent this, so I had conversations with her. And she told me to look up this list of forever chemicals, and it's in every fucking thing. You gotta watch the type of soap you get, the type of, air fresheners, all the air fresheners you use, forever chemicals. Get some essential oils. Before you use the toilet, put some essential oils in there. The smell won't even come out. It'll be an oil barrier. Yeah, so do that. Everything is just fucked up. Everything in this place is fucked up. All right, that's why these niggas out here murdering everybody off emotions. They filled with estrogen, man. Like when you watch what's that movie when Nelly was in Longest Yard? They started putting estrogen in Kevin Nash shit. He got all emotional and shit. That's why these niggas ain't killing each other extra emotional, man. Filled with estrogen. And you can't even fucking escape because it's in your damn water.
Yeah.
When was that ever in history before now, man? Ain't no way in hell this devil is gonna get some salvation. He showed no mercy even to his own people, man.
Yeah. Hey, that Sirach 10 says an unwise king destroyeth his people, man.
That's right. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He that is evil to himself.
To
Who
who
should
he
do that
good.
too? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they opened, not the house of his prisoners.
So we still, and you had some stupid niggas celebrating Juneteenth. Goddamn video, put up that dance with a little African flag logo, talking about some freedom. You're not free. You're still in this devil's hands.
Right.
Yeah.
That's madness. They ain't let you. And then to leave, you gotta get permission. You gotta get a passport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get a passport. You're not even going to your homeland. All right. And if you do go to Israel, you gotta be allowed to get citizenship. If they do give it to you as an Israelite, you're gonna be putting them on Israel, man. Which is right where the fucking missile silos are.
Yep.
Or you're gonna go to Ghana, but you're not from fucking Ghana.
Yeah.
Everywhere else you only get temporary visiting rights.
Like a
So
wag.
where the fuck you gonna go? Esau ain't letting you fucking go. You're gonna have to pay tax over it too. Because a passport don't exempt you from taxes. Ask Wesley Snipes. That nigga tried to leave.
Through.
You're still a slave, man.
That's
How
right.
Shai got to come back and deliver us out of this dude's hand.
That's right.
That's the
Well, it
end.
says that in Baruch 3 and 8, we are yet this day in our captivity, but we subject
Ooh,
to
that cool.
curse and payments.
Yeah.
Yep. Wesley Pipes. Wesley Snipes. That was from the movie. That was from Half Baked. That was something different. Wesley Snipes.
Get it, man.
No, that's something else.
I know.
That nigga couldn't leave, man. He still had to pay them taxes, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead with the Isaiah.
In verse 18, all the kings of the nations, even all of them buying glory, everyone in his own house. Verse 19. But thou hast cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the remnant of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet.
Right, you're not going to get to rest. You're not going to get your land back. It tells you in Ezekiel, I believe Ezekiel says all the nations to go under their own tree. All the other heathens going to get rest. They're going to get their own lands back, man. It's all Edom, you will not. So all the heathens going to go through their punishment. Eventually, they're going to get mercy. Edom, you won't. Go ahead.
Verse 20. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned.
Right, man. Burial means rest. You won't get that, but the rest of the nations will, man.
Yep.
All right? You will never be renowned. You will never be built again. You're never going to be a nation again. Keep going. It's going to say all that.
Verse 21.
They're going to get these last couple out there and wrap it up.
Come on.
Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them.
So you're never gonna rise again once the Lord take you down this time, man. That's it. That's all. Matter of fact, how if you're gonna be completely done away with after you serve your punishment?
For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, and son, and nephew, saith the Lord Yahweh.
And all the males are wiped out. What does that mean? The entire bloodline is wiped out. And it plainly said you're going to build no cities no more. You through. Last thing you're going to build is our kingdom.
No son, no nephew, none of that. None of your religion. All of y'all going to be cut off, man. That's it.
Yep. I got a couple of them.
It's no
More.
Verse 23.
Preach.
I will also make it a possession for the return and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the bosom of destruction, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts.
Time. You had some juice?
Yeah.
Preach.
This is Deuteronomy 33 and 26. It says, there is none like unto Yahweh of Jeshurun, who rideth upon the heaven and in thy help, and is in excellency on the sky. The eternal power is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. And he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, destroy them. You know, it's starting with these Edom and all you heathen. It says, Israel then shall dwell in safety alone.
Yep.
The fountain of Jacob shall be upon the land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew. So that's plain. You know, Israel's going to be dwelling in the kingdom alone. There's not going to be nobody else ruling with us, man.
Nope.
Call that one more time.
Deuteronomy 33.
26.
It started at 26.
God. Dwell in safety alone.
Verse 29, it says, happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency. And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places.
Con. And that's a good point. That goes to that great God fix too, man. So you shall dwell in safety alone. And in Deuteronomy 32, it tells you that the Lord has separated the people according to the number of the children of Israel. So we all got our own lot, our own bounds. You can't cross over, man.
He said the Lord portioned his people.
Yep.
Israel is a lot of the area.
Your blessing and salvation. Yep. This Matthew 5:1, and seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain.
As the Spirit of Malcolm put the Matthew 20:16 up there. Did you read that one?
I believe so.
Just read it again. So nice to have said it twice. That's the Spirit. Yep. They said, who's first in society? They were last in Yahweh's kingdom.
Yep.
This is the book of Matthew 20 and 16. It says, so the last shall be first, and the first last, for many be called, but few chosen.
Perfect. And also, while I'm here, Jim Mr. End is not posted James 2:13. We quoted it. Let's read it. For he shall have judgment, thy mercy have shown them mercy, and mercy rejoiced against judgment. Isaiah 47 lets you know that Esau Edom, aka Mystery Babylon, showed no mercy upon the ancient who very heavily. Oh yeah, Ezekiel 35 tells you that he had that perpetual hatred, and it tells you in the time that our iniquity ended, he kept going, man. He even told us we was free and still had both his feet on up our ass, man.
That's it.
Both of them, toes spread.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it said Amos, he casted away all pity, man.
Oh, God.
Amos' first chapter.
Yep, yep, damn.
This
I remember that. I just mentioned that in the lesson. I was damn, that's spirit. Damn, that's a good one.
This Matthew chapter 5 and verse 1, and seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he sat, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And who is the poor? Who is the humble, the afflicted, the lowly people? It's the Israelites.
Yeah, even when it says the meek shall inherit the earth, that word. Oh, grab that. Grab the Isaiah, what is it, 61?
Oh, yeah, yep.
Grab
Good
that,
tidings.
grab that word meek in the Hebrew, in the blue letter.
I read it.
Because this is Eleazar. Go ahead.
This Isaiah 61 and 1, it says, The spirit of Yahweh power is upon me, because Yahweh have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound.
So it tells you what's going on with the meek. We're captive, we're bound, broken. All right, go ahead.
To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called the trees of righteousness, the planting of Yahweh, that he might be glorified.
Right, so it tells you that the meek is talking about Zion. Well, what makes us meek? Hit that definition for meek in the blue letter.
Kind. This is the definition of meek. Poor.
What's the Hebrew word?
Anav.
You got to study the Hebrew? Say it with your chest.
Speak.
Inav. I'm the Hebrew word for meek.
And you say Ainah?
Ainawa.
Ainawa. And the definition: poor, humble, afflicted, meek. Poor, needy, poor and weak, poor, weak and afflicted, humble, lowly, meek.
That's right. And what it said, the Lord has left in the midst of the poor and afflicted people. That's us. We're the needy. We're Lazarus, Eleazar.
Yep.
We need help from Yahweh.
Right. And that's a rock we brought out is one that is slow and need of help and lack. That's Israel in the grand scheme. You see? And it said the eye of the Lord looked upon him from good and set him up from his poor estate.
Ain't no B's in Hebrew.
Lucky.
No, you said it right.
I know why.
You gotta study the Hebrew. Tell your dad, boy, I'm snitching.
Reprove.
Let's talk this shit. Go ahead.
I got called him that too. Whoop. It's a lot. This Matthew 5 in verse 3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. You see? Hey, that's coming to who we just established, Israel. Also,
what can they say? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, So I'm going to walk the valley shadow with them. That's our help, man.
Another one, this Baruch chapter 4. Really, the whole chapter, but I just hit the point. This Baruch 4 and verse 29. 4 and 29, it said, verse 30, it says, Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. That Isaiah 14 and 1. Miserable are they.
Did you read verse 29 to 33?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was perfect then, because it tells you that Yahweh was the shield of our help. You got it.
This Baruch 4 and 30, it says, Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoice at thy fall. And we read in that second of that Maccabees, who have not had a part in her spoil. Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons, Babylon the great, and all the places where the Israelites been scattered and served this hard, rigorous captivity. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire shall come down upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. And that's the judgment that's going to come to this place. And that's the judgment that's going to come to all these heathens that took advantage of the Lord's people. No matter what Esau, Edom, try and trick y'all into believing, hey, the Heavenly Father is just. You see? I got one more too. This second, I got 3 of them, Mark. This second Ezra is chapter 8 and verse 1. It says, and he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. And the Lord, he allowed these heathens to rule. He allowed the wicked to rule. He allowed wicked jakes to live it up on his side. But that kingdom to come is for Israel, man. Chiefly the elect. Not none of you other nations, man.
Can I back you up? This book of Job 20 and I'm gonna start at 5. It says that the triumphant of the wicked is short, the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency.
Esau, other heathen nation, they ain't 2/3. You're a bunch of hypocrites, man. You're gonna pay just off that alone.
Verse 6 says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach up to the clouds, going into his pride. It says, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have
Like
seen.
his own thing, like shut shit down the toilet.
Flushing.
Yep.
That, it says, they which have seen him shall say, where is he? Because going back to that Obadiah, I believe 1 and 18, you know, Esau is going to be cut off by slaughter. You know? He's not going to be a nation anymore.
Yep.
You know, he's going to be cut off. It says, verse 8, it says, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. Right, because ultimately Esau Edom is going to be like a bad dream, you know, once it's said and done. You know? We go be telling our kids story about Esau Edom, you know?
Yep. Can I precept you real quick? This Sirach 18 and 10, it said the joy of a hypocrite is short but for a moment. It says Sirach 18 and 10, as a drop of water unto the sea and a gravel stone in the comparison of the sand, so are 1,000 years to the days of eternity. And Israel is going to rule for eternity, man. You see? Esau Edom got a temple blessing.
You got something to back you up right off that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's say a little season.
Well, this is the last couple. I said that like.
Spirit.
Oh, hey.
Now go ahead, read on here. I'm trying to look out for the eye. You said you got 2 hours to drive. Shit.
This Isaiah 45 and 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord.
Yep.
With an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. That's just backing them up. Hey, we're going to be a world without end. Hey, the Israelite world is going to be a never, ever, 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 forever, ever lasting kingdom.
Yeah, salvation into Israel. See, that's plain to the point.
I have not seen or have not heard Wisdom of Solomon talk about they didn't understand what the Lord had at the end for his people, roughly paraphrasing. You know, he have care for his elect. You know,
But they gotta pay. This Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord Yahweh, the children of Edom and the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
And the Lord surely did remember. He said he required that which he passed.
And God, you ain't show no mercy. You gotta pay, man. You was doing that. All of these things, even in 7 AD, all of that, man, you was slaughtering us and killing us, man. It says in Obadiah, man, that you didn't look over our affliction. You just said, fuck it, like, man, I'm about to kill these damn niggas.
Yeah, but he won't. When he come out of him being judged, he won't bygones to be bygones.
Yeah.
But he'll never do that if the shoe's on the other foot, man.
No, man. Verse 8. O daughter of Babylon, which knowing you, this is the daughter of Babylon, the last kingdom to rule, man. For our kingdom rule forever, man. You know. So this is talking about this place right here. These Edomites, man. These devils. He is the daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Happy should he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. So you're gonna have to get that same cup. You're gonna have to drink it. So your reward is gonna be slavery. You earned it, man.
Tip.
You know, you got to do what you got to do, man. Hey, man, you earned your reward, man. You earned it here. Take it, drink it up, man.
Leonardo DiCaprio, you earned it, boy.
Verse 9, happy should he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stone. And that's literal. We're gonna be smashing your little ones against stones, man.
Facts.
You
That
know?
be happy,
Good.
guys.
And happy.
And this is the song.
Yep.
All right, this is the song, man.
Mm-hmm.
So we ain't gonna be playing around with you devils when this judgment comes.
Nope.
You're gonna get judged. You're gonna get put in hot boxes and stuff, but it's gonna be worse, man. We probably gonna pour some lava on top of that box, man. Damn devils, man. You gotta pay, man.
Rebuke.
This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in your land. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation, for I will cleanse her blood that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion.
Yep. Upon Mount Zion is gonna be a deliverance, but you heathens gonna fucking get it, man. Rightfully so, especially E.
Hey, man, rightfully so, man. Have to happen, man. Yahweh Shim Shai said it in my Malachi. He don't change, he change not, man. Therefore, you sons of Jacob to not consume. He ain't changing.
And it's just like saying, the Lord put us through this captivity, and we the Lord. So how much for these other nations? That put us through this here, that doesn't mean anything to the Lord. And we had to go through our captivity because what we had seen at the end of the day.
Yep.
These other nations, they put their hands on us. So how much more them?
Yep. He that toucheth you touch the apple of his eye.
Yeah, this is a scripture. Jeremiah said, he that touch you shall offend. I believe it was the 2nd chapter. Yep. That was on there, my show? Oh, you dropped it?
Yeah, I got it. It's Isaiah 49, 22. I'm going to start at 29. Thus saith Yahweh power, behold, I will lift up my hand to the Gentiles, and set up my standard to the people, and they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and their daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. And the kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their faces toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. And that's the power of Yahweh Shema Shai. These heathens, Esau and them, all these kings, the Rothschilds, they're going to be bringing our children to us. They're going to be licking the dust off the ground. They're going to pay and suffer. And it's going to be humiliated that everybody's going to be a witness to it. They're not going to get away with nothing. And it's going to be marvelous because it's for the elect of Israel.
They're going to be happy to serve us, actually. They're going to be happy. After that 1,000 years, they're going to be happy to come to Jerusalem and bring us their goods. All right? Yeah, just like the Queen of Sheba, man. He said nobody brought as much, a bigger train as she did. They're going to be happy to come. They're going to say, let us go up to the house of the Lord. And now, 1,000 years, you're going to get broke off properly. Yeah. But after that, you're going to be happy to come bring us your daughters. Hey, to bring us, we don't need servants, so you're going to have to bring us your sons too, man. Put their ass in the field or some shit, man.
Yep. Isaiah 26 and 9, it says, when thy judgment on the earth, then shall the inhabitants learn righteousness, I got that Isaiah. It's like Jeremiah 2 and 3. It says, Israel was holiness unto the Lord, and the first fruits of his increase, all that devour him shall offend, evil shall come upon them, saith Yahweh. And it's like that word for offend is asam, and it says to offend, be guilty, trespass.
That's right. That's your sin.
To be incriminated.
That's the Lamentations 4:21. It says it's Esau's iniquity. Now, your iniquity is touching the Israelites, man. So y'all got anything else? Oh, you close it out the wide.
And so with that, we hope we was edified. So we like to give all praises, glory and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. This is how you taste it. Hopefully, elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say, stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I always say, Kwam Yasharala!
Kwam Yasharala!
Kwam Yasharala!
Kwam Yasharala!
Kwam Yasharala!
Kwam Yasharala!
And above the ball!
Above the ball!
Shalom.
Shalom.